Hi everyone, it's Phil from Ashland Leather. I'm really excited to introduce you to not a new leather, but a rather old leather. This is a version of Horween's famous Chromexcel leather that is known as Mechanical Chromexcel. This Mechanical Chromexcel is similar yet totally different than traditional Chromexcel. Maybe we'll call it Chromexcel Classic. The Mechanical Chromexcel was actually originally tanned for use in engine motor seals and hydraulic seals. And I also find it pretty fascinating that this Mechanical Chromexcel was used in tanks for World War II. We've made 18 different wallet styles and options available in 2 different colors. We have the color number 4 here, which is reminiscent of color 4 shell cordovan, as well as the natural color here. So let's take a look and quickly compare and contrast this Mechanical Chromexcel versus, again, Chromexcel Classic. So here's a belt strip in the Classic Chromexcel. Many people might be familiar with the Chromexcel Classic here, as it's become pretty popular for use in different footwear these days. In fact, I'm wearing some black Chromexcel boots right now, and I absolutely love them. This is a brown Chromexcel belt strip. And you can just see how much wax and oil has been tanned into the leather. You might even be able to see how it feels. It's just super rich and well nourished. So that's actually the first thing I wanted to present as a difference. The thing that strikes me most about the Mechanical Chromexcel is the feel is much different. On the Mechanical Chromexcel, it is stuffed with a different blend of waxes and oils. And to my hand, it feels like there's a little bit more hard wax in the leather, as opposed to the Chromexcel Classic here, which seems to have a little bit more grease and oil. So it's a little bit more of an oily feel on the Classic Chromexcel. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you, and we'll try to zoom in super close, so you can really see the grain character of the Chromexcel. And I'll try to fold it so you can see the grain a little bit more. On the Chromexcel Classic here, it's sort of being obscured a bit by all the waxes and oils in the leather. But if you look very closely, you'll see that the grain has been polished down. So the grain on the Classic Chromexcel is a little bit flat in appearance. And let's take a macro lens view of the Chromexcel M's here. And this is a little bit more grainy of a leather just inherently. But in addition to that, the M's that we're using for this drop are all tanned on horse fronts, and the grain character tends to be much more dramatic and pronounced on horse fronts. So here's the natural color M's Chromexcel, and I'll put up right next to it the Chromexcel Classic. So as I'm trying to set up the shot here, I'm noticing it's slightly challenging to show the difference between these two, but the lighter color, that more golden tan color, is the natural Mechanical Chromexcel. Look very closely there, and you can see all those very fine hair holes in the leather. Now compare that to this darker, more coffee brown color on the right. The grain is still visible, but is much less pronounced than on the mechanical leather here. So it's pretty interesting that this leather is also given the name Chromexcel, because to my mind, it's very different. The feel and the look are not particularly similar. I think the big thing that is similar about these two leathers is that they're both chrome tanned and then retanned with tree barks, and they're both hot stuffed. However, they're stuffed with different recipes. So completely different look, completely different feel. Now let's flip through some of the private stock wallets. We were slightly nervous about how these wallets would turn out because, number one, horse fronts and horsehide leathers tend to have much more random and less clear grain than on most of the steerhide leathers that we choose to use in most of our wallets. So the horsehide's inherently a little bit more natural imperfections, but on top of that, you get this crazy sort of, we call it epic texture, these bits of draw and fat wrinkles in the skin. We have a couple that we cut specifically into the Capone money clips and the natural colors. So this one is called Epic Texture Natural, and we'll compare that to something that we're not calling Epic, and you might be able to see immediately the difference. Much less difference in color and texture on the piece on the right. However, they're both cut from the same skin, which is pretty interesting. So that is all to say that each of these pieces are totally unique, and you're never going to find two alike. So Capone money clip, Epic Natural, and I gave you a quick peek. This is our Bugs Moran card holder. This is a more minimalist front pocket style. Also in that natural color, I find it to be remarkably beautiful in that full grain natural color. Now let's shift over to the other color, and we're calling this color 4. I was speaking with Skip Horween this morning, trying to get my facts and information correct about everything with this leather tannage and the color. He wasn't actually certain what this color was originally called, but we're going to call it color 4 because it really resembles the same essence of color 4 shell cordovan. And color 4 shell cordovan is a medium brown shade with reddish undertones. It's a really beautiful shade, and I certainly hope that the color translates appropriately across the videos here because it's really beautiful. Let's have a look at the Capone money clip, also in the color 4 mechanical Chromexcel. And we made some wallet styles here that we don't normally do. This is our machine gun jack, a little bit more of a minimalist style card holder. Machine gun jack is a single piece of leather that wraps all around in thirds and then snaps closed. So you can fit cards in here, and then US dollars you can fit, but they have to be folded into thirds. Here's my favorite wallet style. This is the Fat Herbie in the natural color of the mechanical Chromexcel. Incredible grain character and figuring on this specific Herbie, and I'll give you a look at the inside too. Let's do the same thing, but with the color number 4. Now this particular wallet is really gorgeous. Something amazing about this leather texture and color. Just the combination of everything that's put inside of this just looks amazing. And we also did a nice waxing and burnishing job on the edges for all of these wallets. Here's the baby brother to the Fat Herbie. Similar aesthetic on the outside of the wallet, where we have this exterior bill slot with the thumb notch in the back. It's the same as the Fat Herbie. It's just slimmed down a bit in size, so it's a little bit more minimalist. And then we have the 4 card holders on the inside. Here's the natural counterpart to that color 4, but incredible figuring on this Tony the Ant also. It almost looks like a leopard skin or something. Really beautiful leather. We've got a couple other small pieces. We made some lighter sheaths and key cases and 1 comb sheath. So here is the color number 4M's leather comb sheath that we pair with a carbon fiber comb from our local friendly comb makers at Chicago Comb. And then the vault key holders. Let's go over these quickly. I don't think I've talked about vaults enough, but this is a really great key case. It has 2 screw posts that you can see going through the key holder there. Now these caps unscrew, and you can fit 3 to 4 keys on each of those screw posts. So the entire vault key holder, I recommend doing 3 on each post. And here's another one in the natural color that is unsnapped, so you can see how those posts work inside of there. And then we made a couple fun smaller pieces because I wanted more people to have an opportunity to check out this leather in person. So we've got a couple lighters and lighter sheaths that are available on the private seller page right now. This one's natural. And here's the other one in color number 4 that looks great. We have the machine gun jack in the color 4. Incredible grain on this specific piece of leather. I don't know if you could see that as I reflected in the light, just all that character popping through. We also thought it'd be really fun to include our newest and most recent addition to the gangster family. This is the Lucky wallet in the color number 4. Horsehide, pit tanned, full grain, M's Chromexcel. So many adjectives that can go on the front of this leather. And sadly, we did not have enough of the natural color to be able to make some Lucky wallets in the natural, but we did make a handful in the color number 4. And last but not least is the biggest piece. This is our traveler passport holder. It's actually a little bit taller than our standard Fat Herbie. And we did that so it could more easily accommodate the passport inside this large slot on the interior right, and it works perfectly for a passport. If you put this in your pockets, I notice it sticks out of my pocket by about 1/8 of an inch, which is why we designed the Fat Herbie to be its specific size. It fits perfectly into the pocket. Traveler passport will stick out just a tiny bit. So for me, I only use this one for international travel. I love it to carry and protect my passport, but also the bill slot in the back is great because this fits every paper currency in the world. All right, back to the first one. Love this epic texture on the natural color. Let me know what you guys think of this M's Chromexcel. I was speaking with Skip Horween, our friendly neighborhood tanner, about this leather and asking him why I don't see more of it. And he explained that it is indeed not very common. It's more expensive to produce, therefore it's more expensive for a shoemaker, for example, to purchase it. And then it's very difficult to work with because it is full grain and you see every bit of natural variation in the leather. So it's hard to keep a consistent product. And that's sort of the name of the game for me. I love leathers that are sort of all over the all over the place with natural character. Therefore, I thought it'd be a great event to drop today on you. You can check out all these pieces on the private stock page of our website, ashlandleather.com. Or if you have any questions about this leather or any other leathers, maybe you want to know more about the Chromexcel Classic that we use in the belts, you just send me a question here in the comments and I'll get to you. Until next time, I hope you have a good one and take care.